In the depths of the Amazon rainforest, a battle for survival rages on. It's a place where even the most cunning creatures, like the venomous neotropical hornet, must fight to exist. Here, amidst the lush foliage, some of the deadliest animals on our planet make their home. From the agile Jesus lizard to the fierce cicada killer, they're not just ordinary inhabitants. They're the titans of the Amazon, unyielding in their resolve to thrive in this untamed paradise. So join us as we explore 20 of the deadliest animals in the Amazon. Number 20. Bullet ants. Have you ever heard of an insect that has a sting in comparison to being shot with a bullet? Meet the bullet ants. Living within the tropical rainforests of Central and South America, those notable creatures have earned their title for a terrifying reason. These ants are big, up to at least 1.2 inches long, and their reddish-black bodies are equipped with a stinger which you wouldn't accept as true with. Now don't worry, they are not naturally aggressive, but in case you threaten them, be careful. One sting triggers a chemical response, and before you know it, you are probably facing an entire army of them. But there's more to them than just their painful sting. Bullet ants stay in a complex society with squatties, nurses, and foragers all operating together below a single queen's rule. They climb trees to seek insects and spiders, and they even raid different ant nests. What's incredible is their function within the indigenous tradition of the Amazon. Imagine being a young guy of the Satere-Mao tribe, having to wear gloves woven with bullet ants as part of an initiation ceremony. It's a test of courage, however. It also displays the deep recognition those tribes have for those excellent creatures. Bullet ants aren't just terrifying. They're critical for the ecosystem and a brand of the various existence on Earth. Number 19. Wandering spider. Speaking of creatures that make you shudder, let's talk about the wandering spider. These 8 species of spiders, belonging to the genus Phaneutria, have a name that means murderous in Greek. And boy, do they live up to that name. These spiders roam the rainforests of South and Central America at night. Unlike other spiders, they do not just spin webs, but hunt for everything from insects to small birds and spiders. Their venom is so strong that it is considered among the most toxic poisons in the world. Now, if you look at them, you will recognize these spiders easily. They are distinctive: brown or white bodies, black stripes, and bright yellow or orange. Their 8 eyes and long black-tipped legs give them a distinctive appearance. But here's something interesting. The toxins that make them the scariest can have a positive side. It contains a neurotoxin that has been identified as a potential treatment for erectile dysfunction. But don't get too comfortable with them. The bite of a wandering spider is painful and can cause dangerous symptoms. Prevention is key because once bitten, the anti-venom may not always work. Number 18. Pit vipers. Now we have the pit vipers, an extraordinary group of venomous snakes that are both fascinating and fearsome. They get their name from these incredible heat-sensing pits located between their eyes and nostrils. These snakes are members of the subfamily Crotalinae and roam various parts of the world, including Eurasia and the Americas. Their fangs? It's not just ordinary teeth. These hollow mobile fangs can inject venom that means serious business. The Amazon rainforest that covers parts of South America is home to some really interesting pit snakes. Whether it is the bushmaster, fer-de-lance, eyelash snake, or jararaca, they are all well suited to the rainforest. Here they can blend into the greenery and strike when prey least expect it. Being nocturnal, pit snakes take full advantage of the night. Their thermal pits are their secret weapon, allowing them to spot their prey with deadly accuracy. And don't think they're only on the ground. They can climb trees and even swim. But it's not all about their predator handling skills. Pit snakes can also kill people. If you ever find yourself in their vicinity, respectfully step away and know that immediate medical attention may be needed if someone is bitten. It is also important to remember that these magnificent creatures are under threat from issues such as habitat loss and climate change. Number 17. River stingray. Ever thought about stingrays living in fresh water? Unlike their marine cousins, river stingrays have adapted to the challenges of freshwater living, and their diversity in size, shape, color, and pattern is something to behold. River stingrays have something quite extraordinary. They've reduced their salt intake and increased their urine production to live in fresh water. Their smaller eyes and sensitive electroreceptors help them navigate the often murky waters. These creatures may appear gentle, with their flattened bodies and large disc-like fins, but watch out for that tail. It's equipped with one or more spines that can inflict a painful wound, sometimes accompanied by venom that may cause nausea, vomiting, and more. Now, if you think all river stingrays are the same, think again. With over 35 species, they range in size from 1 to 6.6 feet in disc width, each with unique markings and characteristics. And here's something really cool. They're ovoviviparous, meaning the eggs hatch inside the mother and she gives birth to live young. Sadly, river stingrays face a multitude of threats, including habitat loss, pollution, overfishing, and accidental capture. Number 16. Vampire bats. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to live on a diet solely of blood? Meet the vampire bats, the only mammals that do just that. They might sound a bit creepy, but these unique creatures are incredibly adapted to their blood-feeding lifestyle, and they're an essential part of their environment. These bats, found mainly in the tropical and subtropical areas of the Americas, have features that are nothing short of astonishing. Think about sharp teeth that can make a precise cut without waking their prey, or a specialized tongue perfectly shaped to lap up blood. Even their saliva is extraordinary, containing elements to prevent clotting and numb the wound. There are 3 species of vampire bats, each with their distinctive characteristics. But one thing they all share is a social nature. They live in colonies, sometimes numbering in the hundreds, and have been observed sharing food with each other by regurgitating blood to hungry roostmates. This isn't random charity, but a system of give and take that reflects complex social interactions. Also, they can cover impressive distances, up to 40 kilometers a night, in search of a meal. Besides feeding, vampire bats also pollinate certain plants and disperse seeds, contributing to the biodiversity of their habitat. Though they are not a significant threat to humans, vampire bats can cause problems for livestock farmers. Number 15. Red howler monkeys. Deep in the heart of the western Amazon basin, there's a unique symphony that resonates through the dense rainforest. This sound, which can be heard from miles away, comes from an unlikely source: the red howler monkey, a monkey covered in thick reddish-brown fur, with a dark fur-framed face and a long tail that grips branches like a fifth hand. The red howler monkey is a marvel of evolution, sporting an unusual enlarged hyoid bone in its throat that produces those unmistakable howls. The red howler's world is one of lush canopy, filled with large-leafed trees like cecropia and teak. They're experts in arboreal living, rarely descending to the forest floor. Life in a red howler monkey troop is social and lively. Groups range from 6 to 15 members, with a mix of adult males and females and juveniles. Males sport darker and heavier beards, asserting their dominance. The howls aren't just for show. They mark territories, keep the group together, and play a part in mating rituals. It's a complex social structure where even sneaky subordinate males might get a chance at romance. Raising baby red howlers is a slow process, with females giving birth only once every 2 to 3 years. With a lifespan of up to 25 years in the wild, red howler monkeys have time to watch the world change around them. Although generally not a danger to humans, these monkeys won't hesitate to defend themselves if threatened. Those sharp teeth and claws are no joke, and watch out for their defense mechanism of throwing feces or branches. Predators like jaguars, harpy eagles, and anacondas keep them on their toes. Number 14. Spectacled owl. If you've ever dreamed of meeting a wise, enigmatic creature from the depths of the tropical forest, the spectacled owl might be your perfect acquaintance. With white feathers encircling yellow eyes, like a pair of glasses, it's an owl with both style and substance. The spectacled owl's world is one of shadows and stealth. It calls the lowland rainforests home and operates under the cover of night. Picture it perched in the understory, its keen hearing and vision zeroing in on prey like rodents, birds, reptiles, or insects. Those powerful beak and talons are precise tools of the hunting trade. A versatile dweller, the spectacled owl can be found across the Amazon basin, inhabiting various environments, even venturing into cloud forests at elevations up to 4,900 feet. Though the owl's appearance might be captivating, it's not a creature to be trifled with if provoked or threatened. It will defend itself, swooping or attacking with those sharp claws. Usually, though, it prefers the company of the forest canopy, letting its call, a series of low-pitched hoots that culminate in a popping sound, do the talking. Number 13. Mosquito. You might think of mosquitoes as just annoying little bugs that leave you with itchy bites. But in the Amazon rainforest, these tiny insects take on a whole new level of significance. Imagine being home to over 3,000 species of mosquitoes. That's 10% of the world's mosquito diversity, all nestled in the vast greenery of the Amazon. So what are these mosquitoes up to all day? Well, some are busy buzzing around during daylight hours, while others prefer the nightlife. And while they're at it, they're not just feeding on mammals and birds. Some are specialists who prefer certain hosts like monkeys or frogs. Now, before you give mosquitoes a bad rep for transmitting diseases like malaria and Zika, consider this. They're also pollinators for many unique plants in the rainforest, like beautiful orchids. Speaking of malaria, there's a particular mosquito known as Anopheles darlingi, which is the main culprit for spreading this disease in the region. Most active during the rainy season, this little guy has a strong preference for human blood. If you ever find yourself planning a trip to the Amazon, remember to pack some insect repellent and long-sleeved clothing. Number 12. King Vulture. In the world of birds, the king vulture is a real standout, especially among the scavengers. With a striking appearance that includes a rainbow of colors on its head and neck, it's not just another face in the crowd. Although not the most common sight in the Amazon rainforest, this large and colorful bird can still be spotted now and then, soaring gracefully as it searches for its next meal. Unlike the king of the jungle, the king vulture doesn't hunt. It's a scavenger that plays a vital role in cleaning up the ecosystem. This majestic bird prefers the company of large trees for nesting and open spaces where it can display its magnificent wingspan. Other vultures might be quicker to locate food, but when the king vulture arrives, its dominance ensures that it gets the prime picking. The king vulture doesn't have the strongest beak among vultures, so it often relies on other vultures to start the feast. Once the meal is opened, though, the king vulture takes charge. It's a fascinating dance of nature, where every creature plays a part. Despite its magnificence, the king vulture faces challenges like habitat loss and human disturbances. Efforts are being made to protect it, as it's not just an ecological marvel, but also a symbol of cultural significance for some indigenous peoples of the Americas. Number 11. Boa constrictor. Imagine walking through the Amazon rainforest, only to suddenly see a giant snake that blends in perfectly with the surroundings. That's the boa constrictor for you, a magnificent creature that can stretch 13 feet and weigh 100 pounds. The boa constrictor has an uncanny ability to sense the body temperature of its prey thanks to heat-sensing pits on its nose. And it's not just the ground. Juvenile boa constrictors are semi-arboreal and tend to climb trees, while adults may roost in a comfortable hollow tree during the day. Now you may be wondering how a boa shrink hunts. This sneaky lady is a diligent hunter, waiting patiently for the right moment to strike. Whether it's a tortoise, a monkey, or even a caiman, once a boa gets his hands on it, there's no escaping it. By clenching its tentacles, it devours its prey by swallowing it whole. While the thought of being bitten or staggered by a boa shrink can send chills down your spine, these snakes tend to shy away from humans. They are not the villains of the rainforest, but are important parts of the ecosystem, controlling pest populations and adding a sense of mystery and charm to their habitats. Number 10. Assassin bugs. In the world of bugs, assassin bugs are the ultimate predators, and their name is no exaggeration. With around 7,000 species, some of which reside in the Amazon rainforest, these insects have turned hunting into an art form. These aren't your everyday bugs. Assassin bugs come equipped with a proboscis, a long, curved mouthpart that they use to stab and liquefy their prey. Let us introduce you to some unique members of this family. There's the wheel bug, sporting a cogwheel-like crest, and the bee assassin, mimicking a bee to feed on other pollinators. And don't forget the feather-legged bug, with feathery hairs on its legs that secrete a sticky substance to lure ants. But it's not all just cool features and fascinating hunting techniques. Some assassin bugs can be dangerous to humans. The cone-nosed bug, for instance, can transmit Chagas disease, making them something you'd rather observe from a distance. In the grand scheme of things, assassin bugs are vital players in the Amazon ecosystem. They keep other insect populations in check and contribute to the delicate balance of life in the rainforest. Number 9. The Goliath bird eater. Imagine strolling through the lush and vibrant Amazon rainforest and suddenly there it is, a spider the size of a dinner plate. Meet Goliath bird eater. Named after an 18th century engraving that depicted a tarantula devouring a hummingbird, it's a living marvel of the animal kingdom. But don't worry, despite its name, it's not really in the habit of snacking on birds. The Goliath bird eater, with its scientific name Theraphosa blondii, tips the scales at 6 ounces, and its leg span reaches an impressive 11 inches. This colossal creature is found in the swampy uplands of northern South America, making a comfortable home by digging deep burrows. Now let's talk about the nightly adventures of this massive spider. As a nocturnal hunter, the Goliath bird eater preys on insects, worms, frogs, and even mice. With 2 powerful fangs injecting venom, it paralyzes and devours its prey. If you were to receive a bite from one of these giants, it would be akin to a painful wasp sting. The Goliath bird eater's defense mechanisms are equally fascinating. When threatened, it can create a hissing sound or flick irritating hairs at its attacker. Interestingly, the females can live up to 25 years and lay between 100 to 200 eggs, protecting them like the fiercest of mothers. Number 8. Ocelot. Let's turn our attention to one of the most beautiful and mysterious creatures of the Amazon rainforest, the ocelot. This medium-sized wild cat with a striped coat ranges widely from the southwestern United States to Argentina. The ocelot is a nocturnal hunter who thrives at night with excellent eyesight and hearing. Cats, rabbits, birds, reptiles, you name it, an ocelot can catch it. They are adept at climbing trees and swimming, while others are able to find food sources through predation. Have you ever wondered how such an organism could be so elusive? The answer lies in its unique pattern of spots. No 2 ocelots have the same patterns, and their reddish-brown or white-brown fur provides perfect coverage. It is Mother Natural at its best. Also, ocelots are solitary and territorial creatures. They communicate through an array of voices that include everything from screams and moans to meows and chirps. When it comes to mating, the process is intimate, with the female giving birth to 1 or 2 kittens. The young stay with their mother for about a year, learning the ways of the wild. Number 7. Jesus lizard. Have you ever seen a lizard run on water? It sounds like a fantasy, doesn't it? But in the Amazon rainforest, there's a unique creature known as the Jesus lizard, or basilisk, that can do just that. This remarkable ability earns it its name, reminiscent of the biblical miracle where Jesus walked on water. How does this lizard do such a thing? It's all about biology and physics. The Jesus frog has long, skin-filled toes that create air pockets when it hits the water. This allows the lizard to cross the surface at an incredible speed of 5 meters per second. It surprises people, which surprises people. But don't worry about you. The Jesus lizard isn't just about water navigation skills. This is a true Amazon survivor. Its diet ranges from insects and spiders to fruits, seeds, and flowers. This omnivore with sharp eyes and a quick wit mainly leads an active life during the day. The appearance of the Jesus frog adds to its intrigue. It is about 30 inches tall and wears a distinctive crown-like sash on its head. This crest is common among men and is used for communication and display, especially during mating season. Number 6. Brazilian tapir. In the dense foliage of the Amazon rainforest, you might stumble upon an animal that looks like a crossover between a pig and a rhinoceros with a trunk. Meet the Brazilian tapir, a large and distinctive mammal that commands attention with its unusual appearance. The Brazilian tapir's fleshy trunk is not just for show. It's a multi-purpose tool used for grabbing leaves and fruits, and even as a snorkel when swimming underwater. Yes, this land animal loves to swim and dive, often taking to the water to escape predators. Weighing up to 320 kilograms and stretching up to 2.5 meters long, the Brazilian tapir is the Amazon's largest native land animal. Its dark brown coat blends seamlessly with its surroundings, while the young ones enjoy spots and stripes for additional camouflage. Though primarily nocturnal, the Brazilian tapir plays a crucial role in the ecosystem. munching on leaves, fruits, seeds, and aquatic plants. Its dining habits help disperse seeds throughout the forest, shaping the landscape in a unique way. While the Brazilian tapir may look docile, don't be fooled. It has strong jaws and teeth, and it won't hesitate to defend itself when threatened. Nevertheless, it usually prefers to evade confrontation by fleeing to water. Now, it's time for today's subscriber pick. While exploring the dense jungles of the Amazon, one of our subscribers stumbled upon something extraordinary. Hidden beneath the thick foliage was a snake like no other. Its scales shimmered in the sunlight, and its massive body twisted and turned, creating a path through the underbrush. It was a huge snake, easily the length of a bus. They quickly put a safe distance between the snake and themselves, but not before capturing a close-up of this beast. But what species of snake could it be? Is it known to science, or could it be a new discovery? What is the most massive snake you have ever seen? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Number 5. Giant monkey frog. You've probably seen frogs, but have you ever heard of a frog that's as intriguing as the giant monkey frog? This remarkable amphibian, dwelling in the Amazon rainforest, is not your average frog. It's an embodiment of wonder, mystery, and adaptability. Reaching up to 11.9 cm, the giant monkey frog stands out with its bright green back and a white or yellow belly adorned with contrasting white spots. These frogs aren't just pretty to look at, though. Their large green adhesive discs on their fingers enable them to cling to branches and leaves, giving them their monkey moniker. Nighttime is when the giant monkey frog truly comes to life. This nocturnal and arboreal creature loves to make noise, calling out to attract mates and defend its territory. Now here's where things get really interesting. The giant monkey frog's skin is like a chemical lab, secreting peptides that are antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, and even pain-relieving. Some of these peptides can alter the mind and mood, leading to a psychoactive effect. In fact, some indigenous tribes of the Amazon rainforest have utilized these secretions in hunting rituals. They endure pain, fever, and hallucinations, believing that this process cleanses and enhances their bodies and spirits. Talk about a unique connection between humans and nature. Number 4. Giant armadillo. In the Amazon forest, there's a creature that is part ancient warrior, part gentle giant, the giant armadillo. This largest living armadillo species, growing up to 1.5 meters long and weighing 60 kg, is an impressive inhabitant of South America's diverse ecosystems. Wrapped in a dark brown carapace with yellowish bands, the giant armadillo is a natural fortress on legs. And if its armor wasn't enough, this creature boasts a record number of teeth, ranging from 80 to 100, more than any other terrestrial mammal. The giant armadillo is mainly a creature of the night. Burrowing into its shelter during the day, it emerges in the evening to forage for food. If you ever happen to stumble upon a broken open termite mound in the Amazon, there's a good chance a giant armadillo was feasting there. Termites are its favorite meal, but it's not picky, also dining on ants, worms, spiders, snakes, and even plants. Despite its imposing appearance, the giant armadillo is not one to pick a fight. Its first instinct is to run and hide or dig into the ground when threatened. However, with those sharp claws and a tail that can be swung like a weapon, it's no pushover if cornered. The story of the giant armadillo is a bittersweet one, though. With an estimated 50% loss in its population over the last decade, this species is now vulnerable to extinction. Number 3. Kinkajou. Let us now introduce you to one of the rainforest's most charming creatures, the kinkajou. Sometimes called the honey bear, this mammal has features that are nothing short of extraordinary. Kinkajou is a creature with a tail that can grasp branches, feet that can turn backward, and a penchant for honey and nectar. These furry creatures, with their round heads and large eyes, wear a woolly coat that ranges from gray to brown. You'd find them living in the upper canopy of tropical forests, primarily in Central and South America, including the Amazon rainforest. They dwell about 100 feet above the ground, truly embracing a life in the treetops. By day, they slumber in tree holes, and by night they feast mainly on fruits, insects, bird eggs, and small mammals. With their long, slender tongues, they're even equipped to lick honey from hives and termites from nests. talk about specialized eating habits. They also serve as important pollinators and seed dispersers, playing an integral role in the rainforest's ecosystem. They may form social groups, grooming each other and communicating through various sounds. Some even consider them suitable pets, though their sharp teeth, nails, and potential health risks make them quite unsuitable for domestication. Number 2. Coati. Now let's travel to the home of the coati, another fascinating member of the raccoon family. With a flexible snout that can rotate in any direction, a slender body, and a long, ringed tail often held upright, coatis present an elegant and distinctive appearance. They're omnivores with a diverse diet, including fruits, insects, and even crocodile eggs. While most of their relatives are nocturnal, coatis are lively during the day. You can find these adaptable animals across the Americas, ranging from the southwestern United States to northern Argentina and Uruguay. They live in various habitats, including the rich and diverse Amazon rainforest. Coatis have a key role in the ecosystem, aiding in seed dispersal and acting as prey for predators like jaguars and anacondas. Coatis might not be deadly, but they're not defenseless either. With sharp teeth and claws, they can catch their prey and fend off enemies. Their keen sense of smell and hearing helps them stay alert to danger. Social and intelligent, coatis live in groups known as bands and are playful enough to engage in games like wrestling and chasing with each other. Communication is another fascinating aspect, as they use various sounds to talk to each other. They're curious creatures that can learn from their experiences and even solve problems. Number 1. Hornet. If you're ever exploring the Amazon rainforest, you'll stumble upon some of the world's most interesting giant hornets. These aren't just your average backyard bugs. We are talking about creatures that display incredible hunting skills, complex social behaviors, and even architecture in building nests. Among the many wonders of the Amazon, 3 hornets stand out: the yellow jacket, the neotropical hornet, and the cicada killer. Let's start with yellow jackets, which is more of a common name that refers to several species of wasps with eye-catching black and yellow stripes on their abdomen. Yellow jackets are known for being aggressive, especially if you disturb their nests. They eat absolutely everything. They eat insects, fruits, nectar, and even carcasses. Their bites also pack a punch, causing pain, inflammation, and in some cases nausea. Next, we have the mysterious neotropical hornet. This species is a rare gem, found only in the Amazon basin. A close relative of the notorious Asian giant hornet, it is distinguished by its black body and striking yellow markings. This hornet is not just rare, it's also massive. We're talking about one of the largest hornets in the world, measuring about 4 inches or 6 inches in length. Unlike most hornets that rule the day, these hornets are found foraging for insects and spiders under cover of darkness. If you ever chance upon its large, paper-like nest hanging from tree branches or tucked under leaves, be warned. Its sting is known to cause severe pain and tissue damage. Last but not least, meet the cicada killer. Though not a true hornet, it's a wasp that bears a remarkable resemblance to one in appearance and behavior. Sporting a black body with yellow bands and reddish-brown wings, it's another giant among the wasps, reaching up to 5 cm or 2 inches in length. What's truly fascinating about the cicada killer is its unique prey, cicadas. This solitary hunter paralyzes cicadas with its sting, carries them to its burrow, and lays an egg on them. As gruesome as it might sound, the larva then feeds on the cicada until it pupates and emerges as an adult. Unlike the aggressive yellow jacket and neotropical hornet, the cicada killer tends to be more relaxed and rarely stings humans unless provoked. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.